Good afternoon, people. This is Sunday Archive, my weekly vlog where I basically talk about things I've been watching or reading through the week. Discuss a particular topic and answer you guys' questions. So that's one thing that I'd like you guys to do in the comment section for next week's video. Ask me questions. I'll answer them in the video. The following week. So things I've been watching, or things I'm going to be completing. I'm going to be watching the final 2 episodes of Mushishi today. This is a very depressing series, but also extremely beautiful and unique. You'll see my review of that next week, because this week I've already reviewed Parasite the Maxim, which you can see in this video here. There's a link to that there. That was yesterday's upload. Also, I finally got onto Anime Amino. Amino, is that how you pronounce it? After so much effort, I had to create like 3 different accounts, but I finally managed to create an account with my actual username of ArchAngel Manga. You can't really see because the glare on the screen. But so far it's pretty cool. I like the user interface. I like the different services it provides, like the polls and the questions and things like that. But so far it's kind of new, but I do see that it might have a little bit of potential as an alternative, an alternative social networking site. I will still use Mal. I still prefer MyAnimeList because there I can kind of catalogue, what I'm reading and watching and things like that. I think that's, the interface I think is a lot better on there. This is basically just like a networking site. It's pretty fun. I didn't like it at first because I couldn't, sort out my accounts. The cat's in the way. Seriously, anytime I'm on the computer, these fucking things always standing on the keyboard messing things up. But I don't mind because it's cute. But anyway, on to today's discussion. This is something that's been highly requested. That I discuss, and today we're going to be discussing people who don't support the industry. Unfortunately, it's come to the crunch, and yes, I'm having to discuss that. This is actually something that I have been wanting to discuss personally for the longest of time. The last time I really touched upon this topic when I did a response video to Immortal M's discussion on this, which you can also see here. And basically, one thing I want to talk about first is something that is kind of, I suppose, the most important thing when it comes to supporting the industry, and it's something that hasn't worked. It was a countermeasure that was put in place to try and combat, illegal, watchers and consumers of anime and manga, and that is the Manga Project. What has become of the Manga Project? Where did it go? What became of it? And what really did they, what did they really do? I mean, all we got from the Manga Project was a 1 week delay on the scans, and now the scans come out on a Thursday instead of a Wednesday, and all we got was a picture of all the different shonen sort of protagonists and antagonists. What really became of that? What did they really achieve? Because from really and truly there was nothing. I mean, is it still active? Are they still trying to think of countermeasures in order to try and combat users from illegally watching the material? Because it really is a big problem, and it really is killing off the industry. If especially when it comes to manga as well. I mean, personally, I keep up to date with the One Piece scans, and I really don't like supporting scan layers. And I would like to think that my lack of support for them comes from me using Adblock on their sites, so they don't get any revenue off of me using that site. But even still, I'm not really in any position to judge anybody who does that, because I would just come across as a hypocrite. But I do get consolation in the fact that I don't, I do still actively support the industry. I buy books, I buy manga, I buy anime whenever I can, and I'm amassing quite a collection, as you can see. But there are those people who they have complete ignorance of the fact that they claim to be fans of a medium, but they don't collect. They almost get enjoyment, or they feel entitled to view this material for free, and that's where the root of the problem is. That's the people who you need to watch out for, and the people who you can really say that don't support the industry. Because there's a lot of people in this community who do chapter reviews and watch things illegally online, and read manga online legally, but you also get a lot of people who actually buy the material, you know, that they're watching as and when it comes out. And you know, there's a lot of excuses that get tossed around in the community, like, oh, I can't afford it, you know, or it comes out too late, or you know, I want it now. There's, you know, just a real need for people to watch things now. You know, the current thing that's out, the current chapter, the current episode. I understand that urge. You know, I do truly understand that urge. So, like I said, I'm not really in any position to judge people who do that, but I do feel I am in a position to judge people who actively go around promoting illegal sites. You know, say, oh, check this site out, check this site out. Don't go on Crunchyroll, don't go on Netflix, don't buy it because it's, you know, you don't want to do it. You're just gonna be wasting money. Why are you going to buy anime? Why are you going to buy manga when you can just watch it for free? And that's the people who I find really, really irritating, and they're the kind of people who I don't even bother, you know, really communicating with, because, you know, what really common interests do we have, you know, in terms of morals, you know, and you know, having care for the actual industry that, you know, we're supposed to be supporting. You know, I do think it's those ignorant people who go around supporting the industry, not supporting the industry, that, you know, really need combating. As you know, there are so many different alternative methods to you know, view the said material legally. I mean, there's, you know, different sites being set up, you know, from month to month, I guess you could say, that, you know, allow users and, you know, the fan base to be able to explore you know, a myriad of different series, you know, legally. You know, how, you know, albeit you might have adverts and things like that, but how else is the industry going to get revenue? You know, if you're essentially doing the same thing when you're watching, you know, things on, say, Kiss Anime or Anime Freak or Manga Reader, you know, there's always adverts there. So why would it be a problem to watch adverts or have adverts there on Crunchyroll? You know, things like that. You know, just where's the double standard here? Unless, you know, everybody uses ad block on these sites, which, you know, I don't think is you know, really likely, because, you know, these illegal sites are thriving, and you know, they're getting a lot of commission off of, you know, each view and things like that. You know, there's millions of people worldwide who, you know, I guess it's even people who don't even realise that, you know, what they're actually viewing is illegal, because, you know, they're just there readily available. You can do a quick Google search on, you know, watch anime online for free, and just a plethora of, you know, illegal sites will come up, and, you know, it's easy to assume, I suppose, if you're not well versed in, you know, the industry as a whole, that these sites are, you know, free to use and readily available there, because, you know, they're actually legit when they're not, and it's an easy trap to fall into. But yeah, I mean, I try to stay neutral in this community, and I don't like to open cans of worms, but at the same time, I don't want to sit on the fence. And if somebody requests that I discuss a topic, I'll more than gladly discuss it. You know, I don't mind who I offend, if, you know, that happens to be so. You know, because I'm giving you my thoughts. I'm not naming any names or anything like that. But I do feel the lack of support for the anime and manga industry is a massive concern. It should be a concern to everybody who's, you know, who considers themselves a fan of the art form, because that's what it is. You know, we all enjoy the same you know, medium, and if everybody if everybody just went out and bought one book, that would make a massive difference, I reckon. But, you know, unfortunately, that's just not so. You know, a lot of consumers can be lazy and complacent, and, oh well, I don't want to buy manga, I don't want to buy anime. You know, just Twitch on the computer and just watch it there. You know, just wasting the money. I'd rather buy, you know, games for like $50, £50, or, you know, things like that. And what can you say? But yeah, they're my thoughts. They're my kind of diluted thoughts. If you want to know my full thoughts on the you know, the issue of not supporting the industry, then, you know, like I said, go check out the response video I did to Mortalium on Scanlators. You know, I think I watched that. I haven't seen that video myself, you know, even though it's my own video, and I don't remember exactly what I discussed and what I went into, but you know, it's a longer video. It's like 24 minutes long, and you know, I would imagine I discussed a lot more things in depth. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. Now I'm going to be picking out some questions from last week's video, answering that. I know there's another question from Hillian Raptor, so I'll get to that one first. Okay, so Hillian Raptor, You asked me, is there a manga anime that you liked that you generally disliked? Yes, I really dislike Bleach. I know it's one of the big three, but from volume 1 up to the point where I got to volume 38, I never clicked with the series, and I regret buying all those volumes. It's the only series that I regret investing in so much of my time and money in, because there's nothing really I enjoyed about it. Everybody goes on about how the Soul Society was such a brilliant arc, but it was mediocre at best, and then when it went to the Arrancar arc, I just nothing, just there was nothing that you know, made me sway my mind and think, right, you know, this is actually improving. And people have said to me, you know, that the current arc, the 1,000-year Blood War arc or whatever, things like that, you know, is where it's supposed to get really good. But you know, if I have to read up to the end of a series, you know, only then to start enjoying it, then that's just something I know I'm not going to enjoy. I read 38 volumes of it. I think that's more than enough to say that I've got a good impression of what the series is about, and you know, whether or not I like it. I don't think I'm going to read, you know, say like I said, the series is 70 volumes long. I'm not going to think. I don't think I'm going to read 69 volumes, really dislike it, and then read the last one and be like, oh my god, this is a brilliant series. That's just not going to happen. I know my own tastes. I know what I like, and Bleach is not something I like. Okay, so flip side to that question, is there a manga that you dislike that you generally liked? Hold on, did I read that wrong? Well, I guess in terms of anime, you know, I already touched upon this in a previous Arch-ive video, that I really dislike Elfen Lied. You know, again, took itself way too seriously, and yeah, you know, another regretful purchase. But yeah, you know, like I said, Bleach. I even did a video on Bleach and my thoughts about it, and whether or not I was actually going to pick it up, you know, and you know, continue reading it. And that was way over a year ago, and that's like 2 years ago, and you know, I haven't even come close to buying the 39th volume. So yeah, unfortunately, Bleach is dropped and will never be. It'll never be finished. You know, if I was close to the end of it, then you know, I would consider picking it back up. But you know, considering that I'm not even halfway into the series, I guess, you know, considering how many volumes there are out now, I'm not going to pick it up. It's just gonna be a waste of my money, a waste of my time, and a waste of shelf space. But you know, no hate to anybody who enjoys the series. You know, if you enjoy Bleach, then fine by me. And now, final question from Johnny Kidd. Hey Ark, what sites apart from Book Depository do you use? I use Amazon a lot. I have Amazon Prime, so I'll get free next day delivery off of that. I also use Play.com for MVM's Deal of the Week, but I haven't used that for a while now, because I think Play.com, I'm not sure if you have that over in the States or, you know, wherever you come from, Johnny Kidd, but over here in the UK we have this site called Play.com, but it's currently down because it's been taken over by another company called Rakuten, so I don't exactly know the state of play with Play.com. So yeah, Amazon and Book Depository are the primary sites that I use. Sometimes I've used the Crunchyroll store from time and again, but primarily it's Amazon and Book Depository because they've got such a massive catalogue of, you know, things, you know, available. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts again. You know, ask me questions for next week's video. You know, if you're interested in, you know, learning a little bit more about me, you know, ask, you know, general things. You know, I don't mind answering, you know, general questions, you know, outside of anime and manga realm. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week, or in my next upload. I'm going to be doing a tag video. I was tagged by Rock God Itachi to name, I think, as many anime as I possibly can in 4 minutes. I'm going to try that. Probably going to fail miserably, but yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.